Well, good evening. Welcome to our holiday concert, and I want to say this is a long time in the making, and it's an incredible event for us. Before we begin, I want to thank a whole bunch of people. I want to thank our custodians, our teachers, our buildings for being flexible. I want to thank you, the parents. But really, I just want to paint a picture for a second. For the past 2 years, unfortunately, we've had to throw our teachers a lot of curveballs in how they had to do business. And never once did they get discouraged. Never once did they say we need to give up. Never once did they say we can't do this. Every single time they came back with a plan to get the job done in a safe and effective manner and have an incredible product for you. The music never stopped playing. So, as loud as you can, I want to give our teachers, band, orchestra, choir teachers a huge round of applause for never letting the music die. And we are very excited. It's been almost 2 years, and honestly, it's been about 26 years for me since we missed concerts. For 26 years, I went to a concert for one of my children, for one of the buildings I was in, and then for 2 years, we didn't have any, or I wasn't able to go to any. And now it's back. This is a glorious, glorious evening. This is our winter concert. Hopefully, the beginning of many, many more for you. Many, many more. So thank you for being here. A few items to note. I'm going to do this myself. My wife gave me a list of things I'm supposed to remind you of. Make sure our cell phones are off. Make sure we are doing the best we can to social distance. For us, this is an educational event, so you'll notice our students and our staff will have masks on. For you, they are optional, all right? But without any further ado, I'd like to introduce our orchestra teacher, Mrs. Model. She'll talk to you quickly, and I want to thank you. Thank you for being here. And students, thank you for all your hard work, for all of your practice, and for sticking with it. Nothing greater than that. Thank you very much. Have a great evening.
There we go. Hello, thank you so much for coming out tonight. I think the most exciting part about this concert is that maybe, do you all remember last year we did a virtual concert? We made a videotape in your lesson group. So this is our first live concert with 6th grade orchestra. So I'm super excited about that. And they've prepared some really awesome music tonight. First up, we're just going to do a quick warm-up leading right into Jingle Bells. We have a short arrangement of that, and we've invited some percussionists from the 6th grade band to play with us. And after Jingle Bells, we have Instinct, which will be led by 2 of our students up here. And then at the very end of our concert tonight, 6th grade is invited back on stage to do a collaborative piece with 7th and 8th grade together. All right, so I hope you enjoy. Thank you again for coming. So just to introduce Lily Beeson and Ian Carolan, and they've been playing with the orchestra for 2 years now, and they wanted to read off some program notes, so just a little bit about what the composer wrote about instinct. So I will let them have the mic.
In the wild, many animals survive at least partly on instincts. While learned behaviors also come into play, nothing can replace those initial instincts, behaviors and actions that are performed without being learned ahead of time.
The composer, Brian Baumich, portrays those inherent and sometimes raw behaviors that help a species survive. Please enjoy Instinct.
All right, 6th grade, here's what's gonna happen. We're gonna walk off stage this way. Hopefully you can see if you're in the back. Okay, you're gonna find Mr. Shara. He's gonna help you find a seat, and Mr. Davis will help too. And then 7th grade, in just a moment, you're gonna come up on this side of the stage with Mr. Crosby. 6th grade, bring your music. Nice job.
Good evening. My name is Jacob Crosby. I am the Ellis Middle School Orchestra Director, and I'm pleased to share with you tonight the 7th grade orchestra and later the 8th grade orchestra. And thank you again for coming. One thing I would like to say is 'tis the season. And of course, it is the season for everything that's made out of wood changing in the middle of a concert. So we may have strings fall out of tune, we may have things shift around, and that's perfectly normal. I'm sure when the 8th grade gets up here, we'll have some spot tuning to do as well. So thank you all for your patience. We have the 7th graders in front of us right now, and they're showing off their brand new, wonderful Ellis Music shirts that they will use both this year and next year for all the rest of our concerts. So that's pretty neat. And of course, it happens to be the right color for a holiday concert. So really proud of these guys. They've really put in a lot of work since you last heard them in October. And we're going to play 2 pieces for you tonight. I'll talk more about the second one later. The first one is a traditional medley of several holiday tunes that you might recognize. So here is First Christmas March. All right, just a little bit about the second song. The second song is from a collection, it's from a book written by Robert Frost, and it's got all kinds of holiday songs in there that people would recognize, and they've got really wonderful 5-part harmony, and they're written in such a way that you could play any song in the book with any instrumentation because everybody has the tune, the melody, and then everybody also has 2 optional harmony parts. So these books have been around for a long time, but they're one of those standard classics that Austin has used for many years. We've used them in chamber orchestra, they've used them in the high school, and now we're doing some here in our 7th grade orchestra, as well as in the chamber orchestra this year. So the next song is not on any top 20 of Christmas list, but it's a really old one. It was probably on the top hits probably 900 years ago, and it's called Good King Wenceslas. So we're gonna play it a total of twice. First time, we're going to play all together in unison, so everybody's got the melody. And the second time, we're going to go back and play it all split up into these 5 parts so you can hear what the harmonies sound like. Thank you. All right, excuse us while we have the 7th graders go back the way we came and take their seats. And the 8th graders, you guys will come up this way and find your spots in just a second. Calm down. All right, here we go. Thank you, Wyatt. Thank you. Take your music. I'll fix it. Yeah, I got it. You got it. Very nice, very nice. Oh, tell us to the back. Tell us back. To the back. Yep.
Yo, imagine if I trip right now.
All right, I told you 'tis the season. So thank you very much for your patience. We have kind of an experiment going with the 8th grade tonight. Usually I like to have a fast song and a slow song just to have some variety, but these guys have been working really hard, and we've got 2 slower songs for you that are more about smooth and connected and less about the speed. So we've got an old tune by the name of Hyfrydal, which I found out is a Welsh carol that would actually be pronounced Hooferdal, but when they translated to English, they added the letter Y for some reason. And then the second song is another one that is kind of older, but it's got kind of this fantasia, like that melody goes from the cellos to the second violins to the first violins, so we hope you hear lots of that. The 8th grade group is unique. If you remember from the last concert, we still only have 3 true viola players, and so we recruit some violins to play the violin 3 part, which is to help the viola players out. Last concert we had 2. This concert we've got several more depending on the song that we do. So at the end, make sure to give all of your violin 3 friends a really big round of applause because they worked hard on helping the violas. So I won't speak in the middle of our 2 songs, so the next time you hear from me is before the finale. How bad? Well, I guess they didn't like my humor, so they turned me off. Okay. That's always best anyway. So right now it's time for our grand finale, which we have been looking forward to for a really long time. We're going to have the 6th graders come up and join us, the 7th graders come back up and join us, and we're all going to play a piece from, it was featured in the movie Titanic. It's a fiddle tune called The Blarney Pilgrim, and it's from the Irish Party in 3rd class. So, yep, go ahead and stand up, guys. We're going to come back up on stage, and maybe I'll talk more later. All right, let's do a spot check here. If you are wearing a red shirt on stage, lift your bow, if you can hear me. Awesome. If you're wearing a white shirt, raise your other hand. Okay, cool. Nobody raised both hands. All right. How do you guys feel? Are you ready to go? They didn't say no, I promise. All right. Miss Modal, you all set? Oh, interesting. Okay. Would you like a pencil? No, we don't have a drumstick. All right. Well, unless I hear someone scream at me, I guess we'll get started. This is really fun, you guys. We wanted to do this for about 2 months now, and we put it all together. I'm actually stealing the idea from a summer camp that happened at McPhail that I may or may not also have had the opportunity to work at. And this piece went off so well with all of the kids at that summer camp that I thought, hey, wouldn't it be a great idea if we could do it with all 3 grades at this concert? And so we got Ms. Modal to approve, we got the administration to approve, and we had 2 practices last week on the Ellis stage where we had over 100 kids on the stage at once, which if you've ever been to Ellis is like half this size. And it was almost as many kids as you see right here. So this has been a long time in the coming. These guys have worked really hard, and the 8th graders and a couple 7th graders had the opportunity to audition for the challenging part, the fiddle tune, what I call the solo part. And unfortunately, this is where I made a boo-boo. I'm really pleased to say we had someone audition late, and I forgot to add the name to the program before we printed. That would be Amanda Rodriguez on the violin. And then we also had someone who never auditioned at all. And this is where I would normally tell my students I won't mention any names, but you have to know who it is. So Brendan's also playing the solo cello part. Good job, Brendan. So without further ado, here's the Irish Party in 3rd class, the Blarney Pilgrim theme. Thank you all so much. Thank you to the administration. Thank you to